After enjoying the last 2 days off from practice, the Hawaii Bowl-bound Bulldogs are back to work Thursday. It's been a nice mix of business and pleasure for the Bulldogs during this trip to Hawaii.
The reporter who found Kai, a guy named Jessob Reisbeck, wisely posted the entirety of the interview online, and that also became a viral sensation.
Smash, smash, smash!
Tonight we're joined by the reporter who conducted this incredible interview, Jessob Reisbeck. Hello, Jessob. Hey. Now, you are usually the sports reporter for the station, right?
Yeah, eight years of sports anchoring and reporter. The Fresno State men's basketball team snapped a 3-game losing streak on Wednesday, beating Academy of Art University. Now it's time to get back to playing opponents you actually believe have a basketball team.
I've been on a news beat for a couple days a week.
A man claiming he's Jesus plows his car into a PG&E worker, pinning him against his truck because the worker was black.
What was going through your head when you were interviewing Kai?
To keep him talking, for one, because he was spitting out pure gold, as you can tell.
Smash, smash, smash!
And at this point, do you just retire from journalism? I mean, really, there's nowhere to go from here, is there?
Is that an offer? Is that an offer? No, I love what I do, and I hope to keep doing it.
Welcome into the Bank of the West Sports Desk. I'm Jessob Reisbeck. It's the 17th and final week in the NFL, and there is still a lot to be decided. In the NFC West, if San Francisco wins, they are the champs and can still steal a first-round bye with a little help from the Vikings. But if Arizona can pull the upset by the Bay, a Seattle win over St. Louis would hand the division title to the Seahawks, trailing 7-3 when they called Bullard grad Anthony McCoy's number. Off the rollout, Russell Wilson hits the big tight end along the sideline. It's McCoy's only catch, but it goes for a big 49-yard gain. Later in the third, Wilson goes play action, dumps to Michael Robinson, and Robinson puts a shoulder down and gives Seattle the 13-10 advantage. Tie ball game in the fourth. Wilson looks McCoy's way in the end zone. He's covered, so Wilson does it himself. That's the game winner, 20-13 final. Seahawks lock up a playoff spot and put the pressure on San Fran. 49ers needing their win to capture the division title. Held in check until about midway through the second quarter when Colin Kaepernick connects with his main dude, Michael Crabtree, and Crabtree skips into the end zone for San Fran's first lead, 7-6, then gives away a souvenir. It's 10-6 in the third when Crabtree delivers more gifts to the people. Great touch and placement on that throw by Kaepernick. Crabtree with 8 catches for 172 yards. Then in the fourth, some 49er history. Frank Gore plows in for the score, the 51st of his career, a new franchise record. San Fran wins 27-13. They are the NFC West champs, and there is still more good news for them this Sunday.
He and Walsh have put the Vikings into the playoffs.
With that game-winning field goal in Minnesota, the Niners earn a first-round bye, taking the 2 seed from Green Bay. The Packers drop to the 3rd seed. The Vikings make the playoffs, eliminating division rival Chicago in the process. So the field is set for the 2012 NFL postseason. 12 teams battling it out for the 2 spots in New Orleans on February 3rd in Super Bowl 47. Here's how the wild card round looks in the NFC. Atlanta and San Francisco will have the week off. Green Bay and Minnesota will meet for the 2nd straight week, this time in Wisconsin on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Washington, who beat Dallas tonight to win the NFC East, will host Seattle Sunday at 1:30. In the AFC, Peyton Manning and Denver grab the top seed and will have a bye with 2nd-seeded New England. Houston drops to the 3rd seed and will host Cincinnati Saturday at 1 o'clock. Baltimore will take on Andrew Luck and 5th-seeded Indianapolis Sunday at 10 a.m. The Fresno State men's basketball team with one final warm-up game before opening their first conference season in the Mountain West. And if all goes well, that's exactly what Sunday's game should be. Just kind of a warm-up and a cool-down against Sonoma State. Dogs enter action riding a 4-game losing streak. Rodney Terry always preaches defense, and he watches his team force the turnover. The Johnson brothers from different mothers. Garrett with the steal, Tyler knocking down the 3-ball. TJ leads all scorers with a career-high 25, adding 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Then it's the Dogs running the floor. Marvell Harris to Kevin Alekibay. KO stops and pops for 2 of his 15. Harris also had a career-high 20. 2 of those come after Memorial grad Robert Upshaw closes the door on the defensive end, springing Harris for the and one. Upshaw finishes with 9 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Dogs get their 100th Save Mart Center win, 89-64, improving to 6-7 heading into league play.
We put a lot of work in. Guys are spending more time, getting shots up right now. This time of year, once you get past finals, guys have more time to shoot in the gym, and we've had opportunities over the last 3 days to have shooting workouts.
The Monsters take 2 of 3 from one of the best teams in the league, beating Fairbanks 3-2 in a shootout at Gateway Ice Center. Mitchell Snyder scored 2 third-period goals to force overtime for Fresno. Finally, here from the Bank of the West Sports Desk, El Diamante grad and Nevada junior running back Stephon Jefferson will forego his senior season and enter the NFL draft. Jefferson was the nation's second leading rusher and set single-season school records for carries, yards, and touchdowns in 2012. Somewhat of a shock that he's going into the NFL. He's kind of projected right now to be a late-round pick, but hey, a lot of stuff can happen between now and April's draft, so hopefully he'll have a good combine and kind of pick things up and boost his stock and get drafted early. You never know.
Fresno State won't miss that guy.
No, no. The Mountain West and the rest of their opponents for next year will not miss Stephon Jefferson either. So whatever happens to him, good luck going forward and hopefully a long and healthy NFL career ahead. An absolute bizarre scene here in West Fresno at the corner of McKinley and Marks. A man claiming he's Jesus plows his car into a PG&E worker, pinning him against his truck because the worker was black. The man's passenger, who had a hatchet, and innocent bystanders come to the rescue.
Comes driving down this way. He's like, you know what? I come to realize I'm Jesus Christ and I can do anything I want to. And watch this, bam! And he smashed into this guy right there, pinned him in between that truck.
Homeless hitchhiker Kai was in the passenger seat of the Oldsmobile when this all went down. Tanya Baker and her daughter Ginger Miller Peraza were 2 of the first to run over and help.
My mom ran to the driver to make sure he was okay because we thought maybe it was just an accident or something, and I ran straight to the PG&E man.
This was far from an accident, and the ordeal was far from over.
The guy just went crazy and was trying to pull the guy from underneath the car in the truck, and then he gets in his car and tries to move the car in that, and we weren't going to let him do it.
If you started driving that car around again, man, there would have been a hell of a lot of bodies around here.
He just kept saying he was Jesus Christ and he's going to save all of us and that, but we have to get, he used the N-word, meaning the black people in that. He said we need to get them off of the earth.
The African-American PG&E worker was rushed to the hospital and underwent surgery for non-life-threatening injuries. And he wasn't the only person that the crazy driver went after.
When he put me in a bear hug and started beating the crap out of me, for what reason we still don't know.
And these 2 women are trying to help him. He runs up and he grabs one of them, man. Like a guy that big can snap a woman's neck like a pencil stick. So I ran up behind him with a hatchet, smash, smash, smash.
And that's what Tanya said saved her life. The driver is described as a big man, over 6 feet tall and 300 to 400 pounds. Kai, the homeless hitchhiker, didn't care.
That woman was in danger. He just finished what looked like at the time killing somebody, and if I hadn't have done that, he would have killed more people.
As crazy as things got here, the best news is somehow, luckily, none of the injuries suffered are life-threatening, and the guy driving that car is right where he belongs, in police custody. In West Fresno, Jessob Reisbeck, KMPH News.